I've given it some time. I gave it some time. I said it like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are having an amazing day. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video, because today we are moving on. King Crimson, I gave it a little bit of time, but it's time to return to the king with this album, Beat. 9th studio album, released 1982. Why are we listening to this? Because I want to. I'm sure that there are many of you, or at least some of you, that had suggested I listen to this album. And I did go into my comment section and type in King Crimson Beats to go ahead and find those of you who did that. It's not helping a lot, because a lot of the comments are involving like the Beatles, and it has nothing to do with this album, or just it's not coming together to find your name. So apologize about that. I do see, like, I can like quickly scan through to see if I can find some of you. I think Robert Jewell may have mentioned this one. David Oliveris, I do see your name. AK, you may have mentioned this one as well. I don't know. It's hard to actually go through and find your name, so I apologize. But we're starting off with the first track, Neal and Jack and Me. Now, we're listening to this album because, my opinion, this is just how I feel, and I'm being honest, Discipline is King Crimson's best album. I should say it's my favorite album, but let's be more, yeah, it's their best album. I love it, and especially Adrian Belew. I love his input here. Listening to that album was the first time, if I remember correctly, that I actually heard of Mr. Belew. And this is the album right after that I believe keeps the same lineup. I know that Adrian is in here as well, and I think it's the same lineup as, it's right there in front of me. It was the second King Crimson album to feature the lineup of Fripp, Belew, Levin, and Bruford. And the first ever King Crimson album to feature the same lineup as its predecessor. So I want to hear how that particular band, or iteration of the band, continues on. So that's what's happening. Let's go ahead and dive into the first track. We'll talk about it after. Here we go. Sounds like Discipline. Fripp's guitar there. It definitely does come across as like a sequel to Discipline. It carries like the same sound. That line, that da 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 da, like that line that Fripp is playing, you cannot tell me that is not like a slight variant of Frame by Frame and the melody he plays there. I'd even call it frame by frame by frame in this one, because it sounds like it just slightly altered, but it still sounds good. I love all the beautiful layering that's happening on top of that throughout the music. Adrian sounds great. I like his occasional off-kilter delivery, how it's not always succinctly in line or perfectly placed. No, he plays around with the delivery a little bit. He's a great showman when it comes to his singing and delivery style, because he feels like an MC, kind of orchestrating and commanding the area around him, and the musicians to an extent, and the audience, keeping us captive. And I love, whether he's singing very light and beautiful, such as at the very end when the song is resolving itself, and beautiful melodies coming on top of that, or during the track when he kind of gets into a little bit of an angry yell at certain moments, and delivers a little bit more fire in those cases. I think that he's just an excellent frontman, and I love the way he plays. I love his guitar playing in respect of Fripp, and I think that they just work so well off of each other, creating these complex lines that are both satisfying to listen to, cool to listen to, have a certain edge to them as well. They're kind of sharp. It just comes across really, really well done. All the different tones that we have included here, I'd imagine, but from Fripp. You got some organ, the Frippertronics as usual, and all that stuff. And one moment I thought was really cool was with Levin, as that main guitar line is kind of coming in, that frame by frame line. I love how Levin wraps his bass around that, pitching up and down, sliding here and there, creating a bass line behind it, but also kind of giving it this kind of interesting cadence that kind of wraps itself around that. I just thought that was really, really cool and well done. The atmosphere that that moment had, but as an overall, the whole track really kept. And the lyrics, I mean, I have no idea what's happening, but listen, if you can listen to Elephant Talk, which is just so fun, I don't care what they're talking about. I'm Wheels, I am moving wheels. I'm a 1952 Studebaker coupe. I'm Wheels, I'm moving wheels. I'm a 1952 Starlight coupe. En route, les Sonterons, des visions du Cody, Satori à Paris. Strange spaghetti in this solemn city. There's a postcard we've all seen before. Past wild-haired teens in dark clothing. Is this kind of like in, oh my god, when I said Discipline is my favorite King Crimson album, and I can't even remember the exact song, even though it's literally right on the tip of my tongue. When he's describing walking through the city and everything, ba da 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 da. I have this song names right in my tongue. It's kind of like that. Like he's once again kind of just talking about walking through a city. With hands full of autographed napkins, we eat apples in vans with sandwiches, rush into the lobby life. Oh, hurry up. I remember the riff that crashes in that song? Indiscipline, right? Rush into the lobby life. Hurry and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. For the odd-shaped keys, which lead to new soap and envelopes. Hotel room homesickness on a fresh blue bed, and the longest ever phone call home. No sleep, and nomad video machine to eat time. A city scene I can't explain. The sign alone at 4 a.m. I think he's just talking about touring, and in his own way, he's describing the sights and scenes that are playing out before him. The insane, that's a really great play off of that, Alone at 4 a.m. Neal and Jack and Me, Absent Lovers, which just repeats into a really beautiful resolution. Let's see, no Wikipedia article for this track. Opening track. Neal, Jack and Me references Kerouac and Neal Cassidy. Besides On the Road, the lyrics also mention Kerouac's novels The Subterraneans, Visions of Cody, and Satori in Paris. The song was released as a B-side to Heartbeat, the album's lone single. Musically, Neal, Jack and Me picks up where Discipline left off. Yeah, it does. With Fripp and Blue playing patterns of 5/4 and 7/8. And it goes on from there. We'll keep the rest of the information for the next few tracks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. I appreciate you as always watching. The Buy Me a Coffee is here. If you have a request and you want to bump it up in line, you can do that there. Otherwise, just chill, relax, enjoy the scene, enjoy the music. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye.